Mindset RX podcast, a show for functional athletes who want to gain a champ's mindset. Today's show is brought to you in the kind of the origins or the ignition of a Vice Friday. For those of you who aren't familiar with Vice Friday was something that I first heard about through Chris Moore, the wonderful, unfortunately late Chris Moore, whose writings changed my life profoundly. But the concept of a Vice Friday is essentially, it's Friday, you know what, have some fun. Like, let the discipline slide for just a moment. Let the facade, I think is probably the word, the facade of health just slide a little bit into a bit of your vice. So like his famous one was a tub of Ben Jerry's or 2 tubs of Ben Jerry's and some good music and some alcohol inevitably. So unfortunately, it's only just gone past lunchtime, so I've kind of curbing my Vice Friday, which I don't think is the idea of it, and which means I'm enjoying a solitary glass of red wine and listening to Dave Grohl's fantastic album, or his fantastic new song, Play, which is like, it's just stunning, honestly stunning. But anyway, I did actually have some mindset stuff to talk to you about, which is I was scrolling through Instagram as I'm wont to do when I've got 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and I stumbled upon something that I was like, oh shit, that's my idea. Like, I saw something that like a diagram that I'd drawn well over a year ago, and it was exactly the model of comfort zones and safety and the illusion of safety, and like it's basically a 3 concentric rings or 3 concentric circles. In the center you have your safety zone, like your perceived safe zone. On the outer ring you have where you learn and your capacity to grow, and this is your growth zone. This is like the golden zone. And then just past that, you have basically a danger zone, like where if you go here, you'll panic, you'll encounter stress, and it's too far out of your comfort zone. It's too far into chaos to get success. And this is something that I'd drawn well over a year ago for an article I wrote. I can't remember which one it was, but it's somewhere on mindsetrx.com/blog if you're interested in finding out. And it's basically describes the fact that if you go too far into chaos, you're not going to succeed in the things that you want to succeed in, because it's too far. Like, you don't know enough about that world to capitalize on it. And I saw this thing on Instagram. I was like, shit, someone's stolen my idea. And this all happened in like a fraction of a second. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's Ben Bergeron. Like the fantastic coach is Ben Bergeron. And like, let's put it out there. Ben's a fantastic coach, and he's got some great ideas, and you've got to take hats off to him for bringing mindset into maybe not the forefront of what he does, but definitely he speaks about it as much as he can, or well, I'm not sure whether as much he can, but he speaks about it a lot. And this is a fantastic thing. It's like, well done. So to see him apparently stealing my ideas was a bit of a shock. And then I was like, don't be stupid, Tom. Like, no one's stealing ideas. Like, if Ben Bergeron was stealing that idea, then I'm afraid I'm stealing these ideas from Marcus Aurelius or Confucius, or from the best neuroscientists of today, or of bioepigenetics. Like, I'm stealing these ideas too, because these things that I'm talking about, and this is kind of the point of the show, these things that I'm talking about aren't these secrets. Like, I'm not, like, you get a lot of people, especially in the world of fitness, trying to sell secrets, and it's like, it's the sleaziest, shittiest thing to do as well. Like, his 3 secrets to work out or to put on like 10 pounds of muscle, or to put 3 kilos on your snatch, or whatever it is. And it's just a fucking horrible way to live your life, to be honest. Like, to sell people on that scarcity, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because nothing that I teach is this big secret. In fact, I think you already know a lot of what I coach. Like, that's the weird thing. Like, there's very rarely a time that people go, I didn't know that. Like maybe a few things, like of course there's kind of deeper layers of this, and there's like as we go through the steps, but definitely in the initial stages it's like, yeah, I know that. But when you present it in a way that makes sense, it's much easier to understand, and it's much easier to get a grip on, and like most importantly, it actually changes you when it's presented in a proper way. But this links in perfectly to what my main message is, which is that you don't need to learn more about the way that the world is. You don't need to learn more about philosophy. You don't need to learn more about meditation. You don't need more information, is what I'm saying. Like, to progress as an athlete, you do not need more information. You need to act better on the information you're playing now. No, essentially think about it like this. We're all playing a game, and these games are like, you can call it a game, or we're playing out different personalities that we have, or we're playing out different categories of behavior or types of behavior, and we're all playing these out time and time again, and we're playing them out in a way that either serves us or doesn't serve us. But more information isn't going to change the game that we're playing. What's going to change the game that we're playing is by realizing what game we're playing. In other words, realizing what our mindset is, and then changing our mindset and playing a different game. And you don't start playing a different game because you learn more information. You start playing a different game because you see the world differently. And it's seeing the world differently that actually changes the outcome. Like, we've got to like change our perspective. Like I've been saying since the very first one of the, especially season 2 of these podcasts, like well over 100 seasons or 100 episodes now. I think it's 102 this episode. Like since episode 1, I've been saying change your perspective and you change the outcome. And like sometimes we need to hear it a lot, but we don't need more information. We don't need to hear more about the best squat cycles. We don't need to hear more about nutrition. We don't need to hear more about recovery or mobility. We need to understand ourselves better and understand that the game that we're playing may not be the most effective game. So when Ben Bergeron starts stealing my stuff, what I realize is he's not stealing anything. He's just talking about the same thing that I'm talking about. But like, and this may come across as slightly arrogant, and I definitely don't mean it like that. It's just simply what I've observed. As far as I can tell, what Ben has is like fantastic, and like hats off to him. But what he doesn't have is a system for taking people through mindset training. A system for, I don't know, a system for progressing people through this and changing perspective and changing perception and changing who you guys think you fundamentally are, like changing the mindset on that deep level. There's no system there. And like, yeah, that may sound arrogant on my behalf, but I know that the athletes I work with, if they do the work, are going to come out of it with a mindset that serves them. And this is what you got to understand about mindset. There are no secrets. There are no hidden gems. Like, yes, we start talking about nervous systems and like how that like affects who we are, but like there's no secrets here. It's all been discovered thousands of years ago. But what we have to do is implement it, and implement it in a system that works well. And like it sounds funny to say a system when we're talking about our personalities and our psychology, but that's all we are. We're essentially an algorithm. You have an input, which is who you think you are, and you have an output, which is those behaviors. Then you have an output from those you have the first output is the behaviors that align with who you believe you are, and then you have the output from those outputs, which is your level of success in the kind of the realm that you're operating in, whether that's fitness or elsewhere. So what I'm saying is this: we've got to change who you believe you are in order to change the outcome. Like, you've got to change the original input. And there's no real way to wrap this up other than probably saying there's less than a week to apply for spaces on the Mindset RX certification. And if you want to learn this system to apply to yourself or to apply to others, or you want to work for Mindset RX as a whole as a coach, then this is for you. And if you want more information about this, either listen to, I think it's episode 96 off the top of my head, I could be completely wrong, or shoot me an email, tom@mindsetrx.com, and I'll shoot you some more information like that. That was just completely wrong words at the end of the sentence. Sometimes I'm sure you understand that you start a sentence and you got no idea where it's going to end up. Anyway, I'll leave that in your subconscious, like wrapping around for the weekend. And have a fantastic weekend, and I'll speak to you all very soon.